The 2-year wait is over. Jack and Joker has finally aired. The Yin War combo, the 1-2 punch is finally there. I've been waiting for Jack and Joker for a very long time from the teaser trailer, the teaser pilot that we got. It's come to fruition. Everyone's excited. Yeah, I'm going to make a podcast about it because how could I not? Hi, I'm Monique. I am the host of Off by Purple Art podcast, where I talk to you about K-dramas, C-dramas, BTS, and so much more. And the so much more is BLs. I'm talking a lot about BLs lately. I have been profiling all of my feels towards the only one. I have a couple podcasts about that. There's probably a new episode about that particular show out today as well. And I have to talk about Jack and Joker as well. As I said, this Yin War production, this is something that I believe is their passion project. They've invested their money and time into this. It's about a 2-year project that's finally come to fruition. First episode's up. There is a lot of buzz online if you are in the BL spaces like I am consistently a lurker in the BL spaces, and I'm always looking for really great material. This show, it's filmed really well, so you can tell a lot of money's been put into it, and it's a fresh concept, and it, I believe, was written by these guys. I'm sure they've had help as well, but I know this is a passion project that is essentially them. Brief synopsis. I didn't read any official synopsis for it. I'm just going by what I saw for the first episode. And it's interesting because we have the Joker character, who I guess is like your modern Robin Hood per se. He's someone that has a very interesting family structure. I thought one of the interesting things was the amount of conflict that's within his family. Like on site, I hated his father. His father is such a... Anyways, I don't want to swear. I gotta control my swearing in these podcasts. But yeah, his father is a piece of work. The mother is an enabler. And then he has a younger brother as well that is considered the more academic and studious of the two. And of course, because his father is a piece of work, he's doing that thing what a lot of parents do, that they'll force siblings into competition. It's like, why can't you be like your brother? You're so pathetic. Why don't you get your life together? Because Joker, while he is a smart individual, he tends to be up to a lot of hijinks at night. He has this persona that he goes as a Joker, and he's essentially robbing folks. He's robbing folks of their coin, but it's typically bad people who are up to bad things, and this is kind of in his own mind, his sense of justice. And he ends up not doing as well as he could have in school. And in the first episode, he's actually studying, I believe, to go into med school, and I think he fails it, and he has to hide that from his parents because, as I said, his father is a piece of work. And then we have Jack, who is, I guess, in a as far as socioeconomic class, he's probably on the lower end, the lower tier. And in his life, I believe he's living with his grandma, and he is a fighter, and he wants to open up his own gym, I believe his own studio, and kind of reach out to other youth and kind of create, like, not necessarily like after school programming, but something as far as initiative to help up young, bright talent. And he's got great skill set, but because he doesn't have the financial means and resources, he can't train to the absolute biggest and brightest potential. And one of the earlier scenes in the show, he's facing off against this jackass who comes from money, who I believe has like a family that is very rich and has a lot of resources. I believe there's politicians in the family as well, and he goes up against this jerk and gets his ass basically handed to him. So we kind of see the different backgrounds of the two characters, but they both have their own internal struggles, and they kind of meet off chance at a bar. And it's very cutesy, but you don't really get to see the really sparkling tension and chemistry until everything kind of falls apart in the last act of Jack and Joker. And Joker basically pulls off kind of like this bank heist. And this bank, I think, has a lot of corrupt ties to it. And it's just so interesting. After Jack and Joker kind of meet in the bar and they have their little meet cute, it just so happens they meet again at this same bank. And Jack is trying to secure a loan so that he can invest in this probable gym organization that he has dreams about, and he needs the loan, but he does not have the backing that he can, and he's obviously tried with other bank institutions and he hasn't been given the go-ahead. And as he visits this particular bank, the Joker has put a hit on it because, again, it has some corrupt ties to it. And the Joker comes in kind of posing as a bank manager for that particular branch institution and runs into Jack. And Jack is explaining his dream and what he wants for the future and what he envisions in his like 5-year or 10-year plan. And you can already start to see the love connection and just the admiration, and then everything kind of spectacularly falls apart because Joker ends up giving him some money and saying, here you go, and then essentially the same night gets caught by the cops, and everything really just completely gets obliterated, and it just starts their kind of villain origin story. So at the end of the episode, they're essentially sworn enemies, definitely on Jack's side, because he ends up getting screwed over majorly through this bank heist. And that's kind of how things left off. So the show has a lot of potential, and I'm excited to see in the previews that they do meet again sometime later, because towards the end of the episode, it looks like Jack gets apprehended by the police, or at least he was apprehended and he was implicated in this whole bank heist. And then the Joker kind of had to save the day. And the Joker instead gets arrested instead. But essentially it, at the time being, kind of destroys Jack's credibility, and his dream has to take the back burner, and he is very rightfully angry and pissed about it. And in the previews, it looks like they become these enemies, and it's like a cat and mouse game going forward. So I'm really excited to see how this show develops forward, but it's just another example of the BL genre expanding itself and not just relying on tropes. And I don't mind tropes. I don't mind simple stories if they're executed well, obviously, because The Only One is another show that I've been talking about, and it's very simplistic, and it's tried and true tropes in BL land, especially in Taiwanese BLs for that show. But whether the BL is in Thailand, whether it is in Taiwan, whether it's Japanese, whether it's Korean, I don't care. I just want more innovation, because I do enjoy the genre a lot when it's done well. I definitely want innovation in the GL side of things as well. And shows like Jack and Joker, and even what recently concluded 4 Minutes, which I talked about briefly on my podcast as well, and others showed me like ending 2024, going into 2025, we're going to get a little bit more. And I'm really excited about that, because I think the genre can really go a lot of places. So I applaud Yin and War for their efforts. I'm looking forward to Jack and Joker, and I definitely hope that it's going to get better and the action is going to rack it up. But so far, so good. It's promising. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you watching Jack and Joker? Is this one of the most hyped BLs that are on your watch list? What do you think? Let me know your commentary. If you're watching the video form of this podcast, if you're listening via Spotify or Apple Podcasts, feel free to leave your commentary as well. I believe you can on those platforms. And until the next one, bye.